So the one and only Steven Spielberg, who of course is still developing a film for DC, aka Firehawks, I think?
Blackhawks. Turns out I was close enough.
Anyways, it's a World War II film about a bunch of fighter pilots, is apparently deep in talks and might have already been offered a film for Marvel Studios that's set within the MCU, and of course its bigger multiverse.
Steven Spielberg is, I don't think, a name that I need to explain to anybody. If you've ever cared about films beyond just, oh, I like to watch a film, you know who Steven Spielberg is. One of the biggest names in the industry in the last 50 years. So when it really comes to his projects and what he's working on, we know that he, of course, has a production company that's involved with a lot of stuff. And obviously, Spielberg himself still directs and is still very active. So the fact that he even took on a DC Comics film shocked many people, but this was like 7 or 8 years ago when they first announced Blackhawks. And just recently last year, they confirmed, yeah, it's still in development, but who knows, And I would assume James Gunn wants to keep him on unless maybe doesn't fit the whole tone and what they're going for, so who really knows. In the meantime, it seems like, according to reports, that Spielberg has been speaking with Marvel and Disney, and it would make sense, Disney especially, and then if that conversation got him to Marvel, there's also a natural progression of the conversation of how it would go there. So reportedly, he is in deep talks and possibly might have even pitched who he's interested in, and that now the talks are ongoing about him landing that specific gig and when can they do it. Now, I honestly don't know what you go for here and what Steven Spielberg would be good for. Like, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything unless they're going to go down the route that, he's mostly associated with that Goonies-style film, adventure, kids and all that. Like, his name always gets attached to things like that when people think about him. So, I personally don't see what this could be. I have, no idea. I personally hope that it's something a little out there. Give Steven Spielberg some room if he ends up getting hired and just let him sort of, cook. And it wouldn't surprise me if maybe Spielberg is working on the reboot of Runaways, because that to me is straight up Steven Spielberg bait, It's like, hey, do you like kids having fun and they're on their bikes and stuff, riding around, and then a bad thing happens in a neighborhood? Oh, look, evil parents. That screams Spielberg to me. So if they're going to reboot it, I could see him as, the helm of that. But otherwise, I don't know. So you guys, let me know what you guys think he would direct for Marvel and what direction would they go in with whatever they're doing.